Are you ready?
Okay, so, no, dude!
Oh my God!
Did that not break?
What the hell?
Woo, the heat.
Oh, I really don't like it.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
It smells amazing.
Classy.
Smooth is one of these words that's tossed around constantly.
Yeah,
when
it's
we're
very
saying
mushy.
smooth,
Experts hate the word smooth because it is inherently so vague as to be meaningless. But I would argue that there is a very real sensation that people are referring to when they use the word smooth. Something that goes down like kind of butter. Like soft edges, no struggle, no sharp, spiky notes.
the word we often use is friendly.
There's this perception that if you have something you don't have to grow up and struggle with and it's really good, that that's somehow a higher quality because it's smoother. Now, the more you get into something, the more you look for the flavor adventures.
A lot of people out there, they prioritize smooth above all else.
Yeah.
And smoothness is often going to be at the expense of flavors,
Right.
richness, robust, intense experiences. And sometimes even the experienced whiskey drinkers, they don't want something to explore that demands their attention. They just want
Right.
something to live in the background while they read a book or check out a movie. So rule number one in the tribe is the best whiskey you like to drink the way you like to drink it. And we're just gonna do a fun little experiment. We're gonna be running some whiskeys through a Brita filter.
Yeah, because there's a lot of vodka people that will swear you can buy bottom shelf vodka
Right.
and then run it through a Brita filter a bunch and make it high quality vodka.
The evidence is anecdotal. There's not like an actual study.
Right.
But there's so many people. Let's just see what happens to a whiskey. Couldn't you make a whiskey smoother? Did we get...
What we have is Laphroaig, easy to get and really dramatic scotch. Ben Milam, which is down the road from us. And then we've got Peerless Rye, which is just a kick-ass Kentucky straight rye. Let's start with Laphroaig. Look at how viscous that is.
Oh wow, it's coming out like motor oil.
Yeah, right?
So this is a single filtered Laphroaig.
Single filtered Laphroaig. Now we're chill filtering.
Now, well, hold on. Chill filtering is one of these processes that distilleries, they have equipment and stuff. This isn't real chill filtering.
We're doing like 60% of what you would do at a normal distillery. Chill filtering is done to congeal cloudy fatty acids.
Yeah.
The things that make up a lot of the flavor of a whiskey, and to solidify them out of the mix and make them easier to strip out, because that's what makes a whiskey get cloudy when it gets cold. Laphroaig 1 filtration. Okay, so that's 1, 2.
We're gonna speed this next bit up. 1 Brita filtered Laphroaig, and then what do we want to go up to?
5 or 10?
Let's do 10.
10!
All right, 10th one going through. 10th one going through right now.
We definitely lost quantity. All right, let's fill our sample jar specimen. We're moving on.
Rinse the container. We're also gonna be using a different filter.
Yes. 55% alcohol, by the way.
That really cold temperature makes it look so much more thick and oily.
Yeah.
Gonna send it through 10 more times. 10 filtrations through the Brita on a bourbon. Could it pick up carbon? Ready for the rye.
I'm gonna keep some behind.
Does that already look dark? Dude, look at the darkness. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
look
the
at
variation.
darkness.
The variation.
Look at the darkness.
This one picked up cloudy bits. 3.
10 run-throughs. Here we go.
This is 10 with a whole lot of carbon.
That is crazy. So these whiskeys are picking up a lot of darkness to them. We think it's from the carbon, and you're supposed to rinse the Brita filters. We didn't want to do that with water because we think, water's going to dilute down the whiskey. It's not going to be a fair comparison. So we did that single pass through with each one of the whiskeys in their respective filters, and then we ran it through 10 more times. So that was just a Brita filter experiment. But if a distillery wanted to strip out everything and just leave behind a spirit, I guess it would be like vodka or something.
Yeah, well, it'd be like a vodka, or in whiskey terms, it would be what's considered like a light whiskey,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Which is distilled at a really high proof to strip a lot of the flavor.
Because
out
we're
of it.
constantly talking about how to get more flavor, more richness, more vibrance
Right.
and complexity. how does a distillery, how can they go to the opposite end of the spectrum and take out as much of that stuff as possible?
You're gonna want to use column still for that. This is not actually a column still. I mean, it is technically because it has plates, but a true column still drops spirit through the top, runs it, and is simultaneously pushing steam up to the top.
Right.
This is columns strapped to the top of a pot still.
Okay, so this is a hybrid still.
We get the benefit of the column action,
Right.
or not if we want.
So right now, we're actually stripping out as much flavors, as many things as possible. We're turning this, used to be a saison beer, right, Deb? So we've already taken a bunch of the saison and put it in here.
Right. And now Deb has cranked up the temperature, heating this thing up.
Yeah.
And the vapors are starting to rise. They're impacting the plates. This is the plate. Some makes it through and some drips back down, and the more plates you put in, the more you strip out of here. That just keeps repeating over and over and over, each time stripping more out of the spirit.
Yeah.
Until it comes up and goes through the condenser and becomes alcohol again.
Is this vodka now? What is this?
Well, no, it's not high enough for vodka right now because it's at 65%. It's only 120.
Yeah.
Vodkas, you're gonna want to be above like 180, 190.
So we'll do a taste test to see what the clear spirit tastes like compared to the original saison. Why the hell are we making a vodka in the first place?
Because sometimes people come with their whiskey drinking friends or spouse and want to have a drink at our bar but don't want whiskey.
Cocktails and shit.
Yeah, cocktails and shit. I say we start with rye. That's my vote. The Peerless Rye,
So it's the regular.
unmolested. Classic, nice, buttery, slight nutty,
thought you
baking
said-
spices. It made it smoother if mouthfeel's what you're looking for. But it feels more viscous because the solids are a little more slowly.
Side by side. That's
Dirty carbon.
one time through.
Totally changed the flavor.
Even the nose is. You know what it did? The tannic element of the wood.
Slightly hollow for me. Like there's a hollow middle right now.
Go for the 10.
All right. Well, it's definitely mellow.
Yeah?
Yeah, like rounded and boring. It removed all the things that made the whiskey taste interesting.
But did it make it smoother?
Yes, it did.
It's smoother.
Not good, but smoother.
Holy shit, dude. That is. Look, good is subjective.
Look, you really need to rinse your carbon filter before you, with whatever whiskey you're going to use beforehand.
We did rinse it. This is the once through.
Yeah, but no, you're supposed to do way more than that because if you can still see it in this,
Right.
we didn't fully rinse it.
Okay. So you have to rinse it with your liquid more than
Yeah,
once.
otherwise you're going to have to put it in water. It's going to soak in water, and every time you pour whiskey through, you're going to proof down your whiskey dramatically.
The color difference there.
That's all just carbon molecules floating in there.
Crazy. And does it tamp down a lot of the flavors and make it more rounded?
Totally different.
The case can be made that is definitely smoother.
Yes, but it can't be made that it's anything else.
Yes, it's not necessarily better.
Just smoother.
Not necessarily better, just smoother. All right, let's move on.
Ben Milam, Tennessee sourced bourbon, higher proof.
Here we go. Ben Milam, this is the regular. Now Tennessee whiskey, that is charcoal filtered whiskey.
Yeah, it's supposed to be already smooth.
Not run through a Brita. We did an episode about charcoal filtering, we'll link it up here.
This is the frozen version. Already the nose is gone because it's tamped down. Wow, that's about as pretty.
Bursting with flavor.
Bourbon can stand up to the temperature change.
There's an intensity to these flavors that some people are going to find a bit astringent. They would want to smooth it out if they're not really whiskey enthusiasts. They don't
Once
really,
again, I'm getting more of that carbon nose in the glass already, even with one.
Just one time through.
It definitely stripped some things out of it, there's no question. It lacks the body.
I think it's pretty good. I'm just saying.
It hurts my heart a little bit that this is working.
Is it smoother?
Yes.
This is so stupid.
Doesn't taste good. I do not like it.
Okay.
Especially compared to this.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. Does it feel smoother when you take a sip?
Right.
Yes.
Does it take out some of the more challenging flavors?
Yes, most of them.
Most of the challenging flavors. Now, a lot of people really enjoy those flavor adventures, but I haven't been in this yet. Hold on. Dude.
I can't believe it's working! Damn it!
This is the big boy here. This is the Laphroaig.
Just the unmolested Laphroaig.
You really like the phrase unmolested now.
I learned it from Jeremy.
Really?
That's the kind of thing he says all the time.
Oh.
Would you pour me a glass of whiskey unmolested, please? And the 10-time filter.
Now the 10 time definitely got darker, but the 1 time not nearly as much as the other ones.
Yeah. It's classic. Frozen version?
Frozen Laphroaig. I've never had that.
Ooh, that is.
What? Hold on, frozen Laphroaig.
Yeah, it got saltier.
Yeah, but I'm missing all the other stuff though.
Yeah. It definitely eliminates some flavors. 1 time, Brita. Holy shit, that's the most dramatic difference we've had so far.
Well, there's another person.
I don't share, because to share you have to care.
Hold on.
I know, right?
Hold on. I hate to say it.
Well, remember, those other 2 we did were probably column still.
Okay.
This one is pot still.
Yeah.
Pot still has the most of those big, heavy, fatty acid esters.
And you know what it's taking out? The common thread that it's taking out is a layer of alcohol burn.
It might be a lower proof.
It's different flavors from whiskey to whiskey, but it is taking out a bit of alcohol burn. It's making it a bit smoother.
Oh, that's almost watery.
That's insane.
Wow,
This is ridiculous.
That's an 80% change in flavor profile.
This is more caramel and vanilla than...
It's like a blended scotch, low proof.
Did we just whiskey?
We just proved that Brita's totally alter the flavor of whiskey into, I mean, not necessarily for the better. Yeah. Depending on what you like to drink.
I don't know if we should feel proud or ashamed of...
I feel really bad about this.
We'll make it right with the world.
No. Okay, so, no, dude. Oh my God, did that not break?
I think it chipped.
That's what happens when you put Laphroaig in a glass. It just, the glass is like, fuck you.
So the saison, we're gonna taste that.
I'm gonna go on record as saying I don't like saison beer.
You're not really a beer guy in general.
Don't count on me to have a fair, objective opinion.
Wow. Man, the bitterness in those hops. Huge levels of bitterness.
So this is what Deb distilled. So she ran it through our hybrid still with 5 plates, then dumped it back in and did it again and kept only the first stuff coming off the still that was safe to drink. It still smells like hops. It's like all those hoppy whiskeys we've ever reviewed. I really don't like it. Oh, it's gross.
This will not be our vodka.
No.
Nope. All right.
No. Yeah. So here's what we've proven. If you want to strip all the flavor out of something, you definitely have to run it through a column still more than twice.
Especially if it's got hops in it.
Because, god damn. When they're releasing vodka, they say things like 8 times distilled, 12 times distilled. Right. There's a reason for that. It takes that many runs to start stripping everything out.
Hey, you got this? Gonna clean it up?
Who's gonna clean?
You got your. Yeah, good times. Good times.
Good talk.
Good sides. You know what? It just chipped off the base. Quit throwing crap on me.
No.
As a whiskey distillery, one of the things that we try and do way more often than stripping out flavors, figuring out how to add flavors, add that complexity, that robustness that people love in whiskey. And one of the most critical components in that entire process, obviously, is the barrel. And recently in the Whiskey Tribe Patreon, they voted on what to do with the bourbon. What did they vote on?
Dumping into a freshly charred used barrel. Crack it open, char it again.
Okay, let's do it. Jared caught it.
Jared did actually catch it.
Wow, that smell, dude.
Isn't that great?
Oh, so much whiskey, it burns.
All those molasses and vanilla notes. And it's so strong. I mean, this thing has been empty. Yeah, see?
Right? It burns.
It burns.
It's like
it's precious.
Like a whiskey overdose.
Smells great.
What are we working on, Emma?
I'm pulling samples of all of our barrels that are full.
Including the baby barrels.
Magnificent Bastards voted that we re-char, we double down on the charry bits.
Then we're gonna fill it with the bourbon that's currently in that tote right there.
Ooh, the heat.
Daniel, your beard's looking a little lopsided.
Dude,
there.
I got
what
a
happened?
little, just up here, I got a little singe like right by my ear.
She's got the singed bits.
Yeah, and I wasn't even standing over the barrel. There was a flare of oxygen and...
I'm not sure how your vote's gonna turn out, but I already think it was the correct choice.
Yeah.
So this is what's in the bottom of the barrel. Usually gets filtered out whenever a barrel's emptied. This is the char that comes off the walls whenever it's burned and aging the whiskey.
Smell that. It's banana bread.
Oh yeah, dude, like the nuttiness
Yeah.
of the banana and the
Isn't that great?
It smells amazing. That is a charred barrel, you magnificent bastards. There's your vote. We'll see what it turned into.
Yo.
I know carbon's in a Brita filter.
Yeah.
I want to know what it's like, what it looks like.
What
How do
else?
they? Well, like what did they do inside there?
Like a linear dissection in order to get a true breakdown.
Can we just stomp on it?
Could probably hammer it.
It's squishy.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Weird. What the hell?
And then on the other end, you got the screen. Yeah. Ah, God, really?
You know,
I'm
just
so sweaty, it's sticking to me. You want to see what a hat does to a bald guy? Watch this, ready? It just starts pouring down.
your head looks like bubble wrap.
I know.
You just get like
Yeah.
droplets all over. How do you feel about Malort, Daniel?
I don't like it.
But like charcoal filtering, carbon filtering changes it drastically.
Yeah.
So I think we should test it. But we ruined this one.
I've got a new one in the back of the
No, it's
distillery.
fine. It's fine. I
No,
got.
dude, this is still full of liquid.
No, it's natural carbon.
Oh God, you know what that is, don't you?
No, it's natural carbon.
No, it's not.
Yes. There we go.
We can't filter that thing out.
There we go. That'll work. So an elegant combination of Tennessee charcoal filtering with the natural charcoal we made and cutting edge filtering with whatever the hell this is.
No, don't make it come
from the
up. We got,
evil-
no, God, quit. So like we're like two little kids sitting on the concrete doing experiments with ants and magnifying glasses. Oh, dude, look how black that is from the piece of wood you put in there.
Are you ready?
Dude, it tastes like nothing.
Really?
Maybe I'm missing something. Take a sip.
Are you tricking me to drink this gross thing?
No. Why would I ever do something like that?
It's like water.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Definitely not water.
I don't know what's
I don't
happening.
know, man.
I don't know
It's
what's.
black magic.
I don't know what's happening.
Brita, bunch of witches.
Brita and Tennessee charcoal kind of screwed up my plan to gross you out because it did strip out almost every possible flavor. This anticlimactic moment brought to you by carbon. I don't know.
We bop and pretty hot. I'm as happy as I can be.